For those of you that know me, you'll know that Persona has always been one of the biggest franchises in my life. So that's why when Limited Run announced a collector's edition of both Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden, I had to get my hands on it. And today we're going to take a look at the Persona 3 Portable Collector's Edition. Now, if you just want to see the Collector's Edition unboxing, go to this timestamp right here, and you guys can jump right ahead to that. But for those of you who want to stick around, I'd like to talk a little bit about my history with the Persona series. More specifically, Persona 3. Now, I've been a fan of Persona 3 ever since it first came out, way back when. I actually worked at EB Games when the game dropped, and a bunch of people had pre-ordered it. I had no idea what it was, but I picked it up day one and gave it a shot and immediately fell in love. Unfortunately, it was something where my time had been cut short with that game for various different reasons, and I didn't actually come back to fully complete it until Persona 3 Reload released earlier this year. But within my collection, I do still have a sealed copy of the original Persona 3, as well as an open copy of Persona 3 FES, Persona 3 Portable, and of course, the collector's edition of Persona 3 Reload. Overall, I think out of all the Persona games, Persona 3 has the coolest designs. I really like the design of the male MC, as well as almost all of the key characters within the game. I just find they have such a cool emo style, and it's nothing that any of the other games in the series ever replicated. Persona 3 also has my favorite way of summoning personas, using the evoker to essentially just the power straight out of you. And when it comes to a few extra collectibles I have for Persona 3, I have a figure of Aegis, which I purchased from Halcon a few years ago, and a signed image of the MC from Yuri Lowenthal, who also voices Yosuke in Persona 4. But now that my history of Persona 3 has been covered, let's just jump right on into the unboxing. Alright, so today we will be doing an unboxing of the Persona 3 Portable Limited Run Collector's Edition. For those of you curious, it came just like this, no shrink wrap or anything, and it's got a magnetic seal in the front, which makes it easy to just lift up. So let's get this open. Now the first thing we have is this like styrofoam just protecting all the contents of the box. We'll just get that out of there, and boom. The P3P Evoker Instruction Manual, and there it is in all of its glory. The shadow box of the S.E.E.S Evoker. This was the main reason why I had to pick this thing up. Just look at that. That is incredible. I'm going to try to get a shot of this from multiple angles, but the quality in here is just phenomenal. And I actually only found out before filming this that it's actually like a light up box, so we're going to set that up. And this is what it looks like right here with the light on. So I think this is just one of the coolest things they could have possibly done. And I kind of wish this was in the collector's edition for Persona 3 Reload. Setting that aside, we can see what comes next. In the bottom here, we have some of the stuff to mount the gun if you want to put it on your wall. Now this just slides right out, and there you go. First up, we have the game of P3P, which honestly, I kind of wish it was Persona 3 FES personally, but P3P is still cool. Now, this comes in like the compendium that Elizabeth uses, which I think is really freaking awesome. So in here, we do have the game, and that's actually 100% what the original PS2 version looked like on the back. So I think that's really cool. And even just this is kind of an homage to the original, which is really awesome. Now, beneath the game, we have the soundtrack, and if you guys know anything about Persona music, you know that its soundtrack is absolutely incredible. Anyways, it doesn't list the songs on the back, but I'm assuming that it has a pretty good chunk of them right there, so that's really cool to see. Now, on the other side here, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but we have this image of our main party members, including the FemMC, Junpei, Yukari, and Akihiko, and this has like really cool 3D depth of an all-out attack. This is honestly pretty cool to see. I think they have no real way to like hang it on the wall from what I can see, but still really cool. Something you could just put on your counter. I think it would look honestly really awesome. And then underneath that, if we pop this out, we have the certificate of authenticity right here. This is number 2218. So not a super low number, but it's still really cool to see. We of course have the S.E.E.S armband, which is, honestly, I just love having stuff from the game in your hands. That is something I've always enjoyed about collector's editions, and this one's no different. It's Velcroed from the feel of it, so you can just Velcro that around your arm. That's pretty cool. Now over here we have some character cards that are modeled after the tarot cards. So You probably have your basic characters, Makoto, you know, Yukari, Akihiko, all those ones. And that's really cool to see. And then last but not least, we have the Gekukun High School patch. Now I'm not sure if this one is iron-on or if you actually have to sew it on, but still, I always pictured the patch itself being a little bit smaller than that, because I think it's more of like a pin in the game, but still pretty cool. Alright guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys really enjoyed this, make sure to check out the unboxing of the other collector's edition. There will be links down below as well as probably somewhere here on screen. I just want to say thank you again for watching. Subscribe for more, hit that like button, and I will see you guys all in the next video.